Hey, fifth grade, for today's poetry lesson, we're going to be reading a poem called The Swingset by Grace Walton. I'm going to go ahead and click on the poem so you can be looking at it while I read. But before we start, some of the most evocative poems that are grounded in things describe moments and objects from a poet's childhood. The particular images of a toy or stuffed animal, a game, or a storybook summon up who the poet was and who they are now. For Grace, a seventh grader, the thing that measured the distance between her childhood and right now was her swing set. Follow along with me as I read her poem. Swing set. The swing set. Wood rots, ropes fray, metal rusts, memories stay. It stands there, deserted in the midst of many times climbed and swung from. Sometimes it was a ship escaping from the storm. Other times, many times, it was the Saab convertible a friend and I drove to McDonald's. Now years of playing cease. It's just the goal for flashlight tag, where people sulk after losing or preen after winning. At times I want to shed my childhood, but somehow I can't cart it away to the dump, where swing sets are shredded, where times past can never return. Today, when you go back into this poem, I want you to highlight and comment on the lines that you get, the lines where you understand or recognize what she's feeling and writing about, and mark anything else that you have questions or want to comment on. So if I were going to comment on this poem, just to give you an example, guys, I want you to go in and comment on multiple lines from the poem. So I'm looking for multiple examples of your thinking here. But to demonstrate this, I would probably highlight this line, and then I just did that with my mouse. So I just selected it, and then I'll add a comment button, and then I'll type my comment. But these particular lines remind me of the swing set at my babysitter's house when I was growing up. Me and my friends would stand on the A part of the swing set and we would jump off. And I remember one particular time we had blankets tied around our necks to act as capes. And so then we pretended that we were flying when we jumped off of that. And then we would do that on the slide also. So I can relate to this piece because it reminds me of a particular memory in my childhood with a swing set. So that's what I'm going to type here. And what she's saying here in this particular line is that even though the material and the swing set itself may deteriorate over time, those memories stay. And I mean, that's true in my comment as well. It's been a very long time since I played on a swing set, and I'm going to guess that that swing set that I played on isn't still around because I'm an old lady, but the memory is still there. And so that's what this poem is kind of essentially about, is the fact that we are connected to items from our childhood, whether that was a swing set, maybe it was a stuffed animal, maybe it was a blanket, and you don't need that item to remember those experiences, but sometimes we have an emotional connection to items because of those experiences. So as you go through this poem, go ahead and do what I did. find lines that you can connect to, and then in your comment, tell us how you connect in that way. And then, of course, if there's anything that you have questions about, type those in those comments, and I will address those in a comment back to you. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out if you're confused about something. Really quick before I hop off of here, though, I do want to tell you that Saab convertible, that's a type of car. Saab is a brand. And then kids usually ask about this word, preen. Preen is another word for strutting. So I think that covers anything that might be confusing. Again, what are your things as you're writing poetry and as you're beginning to write your own free verse poems? Think about this. What are your things? Or in this case, what were they? What's the one thing that will help you measure the distance between who you were and who you're becoming? Look around at home tonight and look for your version of the swing set. Love and miss you guys.